Welcome to the Online Success Journey Podcast, your opportunity to discover and learn from entrepreneurs like yourself. This is not your typical podcast, but a place where you can get the real story and find out how real people encounter speed bumps and detours, but journey through to find success. Now here's your host for the Online Success Journey Podcast, Patience.
Welcome to the Online Success Journey Podcast. This is episode 391. Make sure you click to subscribe right now so you'll never miss a journey. I post one episode each week and each guest has a fascinating story to tell.
Joining us today is Aleric Heck. Aleric is a YouTube ad expert and the founder of AdOutreach. Aleric has helped his clients generate over $200 million plus in sales and scaled his own business to over 8 figures. Hello, Aleric.
Thanks so much for having me on, Patience. I'm excited to be on here.
Thank you for coming on the show. My audience are excited to hear your story. Just start by telling us one thing we are going to learn from you today.
Absolutely. So I'm going to dive into exactly how you can use YouTube ads and the power of YouTube to generate more consistent leads and sales for your business. I'm really excited to dive into that. I'm happy to share my journey, everything that I've been able to do to get to this point, and really support anybody who's listening, who's looking to build an online business and use video marketing to be able to grow.
Wow. I can't wait to hear more about that. Let's get started with the basics. Can you tell my audience a little bit about your background, about what you did before you started this?
Absolutely. So I actually started out on YouTube 14 years ago. I created a YouTube channel, App Find, reviewing mobile apps, tech tutorials, teaching people how to use their iPhone for the first time. And I built that up to about 500,000 subscribers. Lots of people were watching. Lots of people wanted to know my recommendations for tech and how to use their iPhones. And over time, more and more people started watching. And about 8 years ago now, I had one particular mobile app that had sponsored us to do a video. We put a video out there. They get a bunch of downloads. It was great. But then they asked if there was any way we could get that video in front of more people. And that's when I came up with the idea to actually run it as a YouTube ad. So I ran that video as a YouTube ad. And in just 1 week, we got over 11,000 users. They were blown away. They said, this is fantastic. And they actually wanted to try and hire me and have me do YouTube ads for them. I decided I wanted to build it myself as my own company. And that's where AdOutreach came to be. And so, since that day, we've worked with now thousands of businesses to help them implement YouTube ads, generated hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue, and we're just getting started.
What a background, Aleric. But why do you do what you do?
Yeah, I've just always been passionate about video and about marketing. And, even from an early age, I was kind of that classic entrepreneur. I started out with the lemonade stands, as a lot of people do. And then I, transitioned over to starting to upload YouTube videos. And it took a while at first, but then more and more people started to watch. It started to get bigger and bigger. And then, diving into YouTube ads, what I really love and what inspires me today, now that especially since we've worked with so many business owners, is we get to create what I call the ripple effect of impact. When I go out and I can help a business or a person use YouTube ads to gain more clients and get in front of their ideal people, there's a big opportunity for us to actually impact them, right? We could create a positive impact on those people, those businesses, and really connect them with their ideal clients and create a positive ripple effect, far bigger than, even the people I directly work with. So that's what really motivates me and gets me excited every day, is to create a positive ripple effect.
Thank you. As you mentioned that it took you a while. What do you mean by a while? Like a month, 2 months, 6 months?
The first 2 years of uploading videos to YouTube, I didn't make any money from the videos. So it was really just me being passionate about, technology, teaching people how to use their phones, the best apps. This was in the early days of YouTube. So I started back in 2009, believe it or not. And, I didn't start earning revenue from that business until around 2011. I applied for the YouTube Partner Program back then, like 4 or 5 times before I fully got accepted. And then that's when I started to actually make revenue from the channel, from YouTube ads. And then, from there, after I started to really see that success, that's when I realized that I could support businesses in YouTube ads as well and helping them grow with their marketing.
Let's put man aside. How do you know you are successful?
So that's a great question. And there's multiple different things that measure success. And like I said, our mission now is to empower businesses to amplify their impact and create a ripple effect on the world. And so I love, connecting our ideal clients or our clients with their ideal clients. And I really believe everybody has unique gifts, talents, things to share with the world. And if I can help them reach those ideal people using YouTube ads and using video marketing, then that's a big opportunity to create a really positive effect in the world. And so ultimately, there's a few different things to define success. So for me, that defines success as our company. But of course, when it comes to the business, they want to know how many leads are we getting? How many sales? What's our, ROAS, our return on ad spend? And those are all the different metrics that we measure. We want our clients to be able to invest $1 into ads and generate, $4, $5, $6, $7 in return. And the way that works is we can target the right person at the right time with the right YouTube ad that's designed to convert. That's the key.
Thank you. Tell my audience about the magic moment, the day it suddenly all went right for you.
Yeah. So I think, honestly, the magic moment happened in probably 2018, going into 2019. I had my YouTube channel that I had built out, and I was, had all the people watching that. I had started doing YouTube ads. I started this business, AdOutreach, back in 2016. So that was after a couple of years. And in 2018, I really changed the model to actually start training businesses on YouTube ads and helping them install our process into their business, right? So how can they script a winning YouTube ad? Like, what do they need to say? What do they need to do? What's the hook? Educate, call to action. Then how to target that ad in front of the right people, right? How can you actually reach the right people by setting up the audiences, setting up the targeting? And when I did that in 2018, it really all started to click, with our main YouTube ads program. And we really started to see that growth that I knew was very exciting. We had another period of time in 2020 where we actually, quadrupled the business in 2020. And we were able to really help a lot of people because, as you know, a lot of businesses were really struggling, especially businesses that weren't online yet. And we helped a lot of businesses transition online using YouTube ads. And that was very, very successful for our clients.
Can anyone really learn how to use these YouTube ads, or is it for just a really tech geek like you?
Oh, thank you. And honestly, anybody can learn how this works. And there's a few different ways, and I'm happy to dive into some of that as well. And that's part of what this, podcast is all about. I want to be able to support people to be able to be able to create this for themselves. But what I really recommend is, learning how to craft a winning YouTube ad. There's really only three main components. There's a hook, draws people in. There's an educate section where you're providing real value in the ad. And then there's a clear and concise call to action to get people off of the ad and into the rest of your funnel, right? So, maybe they're downloading a lead magnet, or they're signing up for a training or a webinar or whatever that next step is, right? So you have the hook that draws people in. You have the educate where you're providing value. And then you have a clear and concise call to action at the end. And then from there, that's how to produce and create a video. It doesn't have to be really complicated. It doesn't need to be over the top. You can pick up an iPhone. There's a tool called a gimbal that you can use to record, and just turn that on and really record a strong YouTube ad. And then in order to target it in front of the right people, all you need to do is use a tool like, that I created a tool called Keyword Search, keywordsearch.com, that allows you to use AI ad targeting. So you just describe your business. Here's what we do. Here's who our ideal clients are. You click generate, and it'll give you all of the different audience targeting options. You just select which ones you want and then sync it to Google Ads in one click. And then you have a full YouTube ads audience that you can target in just a few clicks using AI. And so it's definitely one of those things where I want to really empower people to be able to fully learn how to use YouTube ads, regardless of their tech level, regardless of their skill level. And at the end, I'll also share some resources that, anybody who's listening is going to be able to use to actually get started on YouTube and with YouTube ads.
Thank you. How are YouTube ads different than Facebook ads?
Yeah, so there's definitely a big difference between YouTube and Facebook ads. So, the biggest difference is intent, right? So people on YouTube, they have intent. They're looking up on YouTube. It's the second largest search engine. They're looking up, how do I grow my business? How do I lose weight? How do I, do this, that, the other thing, whatever it happens to be that you're helping people with, right? You're helping solve a problem. People are looking that up on YouTube, and you can target them at that time when they have that intent, when they're in the learner's mindset. Versus on Facebook, it's more interruption based, right? People are just constantly scrolling on Facebook. They're just looking at different posts, different things, and you kind of interrupt people and get in front of them at a random time. Versus on YouTube, you can get in front of people at the perfect time. You can get in front of them when they're actually interested in what you do, when they're looking for a solution. And that's why YouTube ads work so much better, is because you can target people when they actually have intent, when they're actually interested in what it is that you have to offer.
What have you learned from business as a whole?
Yeah, so I think one big thing that I've learned really as a whole on the business side of things is what I call the entrepreneur's mindset. And that's where you are always either seeing success or you're learning, right? So in anything you do in business, there are really only two main outcomes. Either it's a success and it's a win, and you can keep compounding and seeing more and more of those wins, or it's a learning lesson. Even if things don't go your way, right? Maybe you make a mistake, that's a learning lesson that you can use to build on and do better next time, right? And so I see everything in business as wins and learning lessons, and all of it is helping you become a better business owner, become a better leader, become a better CEO and entrepreneur. And that's a really strong lesson that I have really taken to heart.
Thank you for sharing. What is the most dangerous belief an entrepreneur can have?
Yeah, I think one of the most dangerous beliefs, so there's a couple, but I think one is that you already know everything. I think that you have to approach things with humility and an always learning mindset. I've met people out there that have seen a lot of success, but then they start to lose momentum because they think that they've already learned everything that there is to learn. And so when that happens, then, it's almost like you stop practicing, right? If you're a sports athlete, you can't just get to the top of your game and then decide to quit going to practice and only show up for the matches, right? You got to continue to practice, continue to get better every single day. And so I think that the people that make a big mistake are people that just aren't constantly refining themselves, constantly striving to become better at what they do. And I think that that's one big area that is a really, really, really dangerous place for entrepreneurs to get, is to really have an inflated ego and believe that they know everything. The way that I adopt a mindset is I'm constantly learning, right? I'm constantly growing. I am never at my absolute peak because, I'm always going to be striving. There's always a better version of myself that I can strive to be. And I think that really helps me, continue to learn and grow over time. And I think it's the same thing with other entrepreneurs.
If you could rerun the first year of your business, what would you definitely not do?
So I think, there are definitely, a lot of successes, but also a lot of, challenges and learning lessons. And so I think what I would do is I would learn from some of those lessons that I saw. One big one is, sometimes there's people on the team that maybe served you for a season, right? But they're not necessarily the best fit long term. And so, I think as entrepreneurs, especially people that really care about people, which I definitely fall into that, you could be afraid of letting people go. But, the same way that sometimes people aren't, that they decide to, of their own accord, leave and maybe do something else and pursue what's next. Sometimes the company needs to make that decision too. And so I think that there were some people and some things that we didn't let go of soon enough, and we should have done that sooner. And I think that, not that I have regrets, but I think that's a lesson that I learned, and something that I now know is, sometimes people outgrow the business and sometimes the business outgrows people, and that's okay. And that's natural. And you can still really value and care for people and want to make sure that they're supported. And if it's not a good fit anymore, potentially ask them to step down and leave if they're no longer the person that you need inside of the business.
That is scary.
It's a tough lesson, but it's one that, I have a team about 35 people now. And it's very different having a team of a few people versus having a bigger team. And when you have a bigger team and you're growing really fast and you're hitting new milestones, sometimes there's people on the team that served you really well, maybe when you were a 10-person team, that maybe aren't the best fit for a 35-person team. And it's actually doing them a disservice, keeping them on that team. You might think that you're being kind to them, but actually you could be holding them back if it's not the best fit, and you could be holding your own company back. And so, I think that was a challenging lesson that I had to learn. It's a hard one to really like take to heart, but at the same time, it is a lesson I learned over the course of this year. I think I waited too long to, discover if people maybe weren't a fit anymore.
When you first let one of your team go, how did you feel? What was your emotions and all?
I feel so very excited when I hit the different goals as a team. And I remember, each of the goals, from hitting our first $100,000 month to, 300 and then 500, then, $1 million month. And all of those have it's felt really, really amazing and really exciting. And at the same time, I feel like I some of the earlier goals, I didn't celebrate enough, right? It's always like, all right, hit that goal, now on to the next goal. And so I do think as entrepreneurs, we want to constantly grow and constantly say, hey, there's more that we can do. And at the same time, I think it's important to celebrate when you hit a big milestone. And so, more lately, when we hit certain milestones, we'll celebrate with the team. We'll do a fun virtual team activity or take the team out for a dinner, or definitely, always celebrate on Slack and on team meetings. And then personally, I've done things like I have, I've gotten a couple watches to celebrate different milestones and mementos. And when I put that on, I remember the milestones that I've been able to achieve in business.
What is one thing that has contributed to your success?
Yeah, so obviously there's a lot of different things, but I think one big thing is really leaning on and working with a variety of different mentors. And I've had a lot of different people along the way, consultants, coaches, mentors, people that can really provide expertise and value in different ways and really help shape, how we build our business. And I think that that's something that has really benefited me. And I also strive to do that for other people. When other people come to us and they are looking to grow and they're looking to scale their business, maybe it's a coaching business they're looking to grow, or consulting business, or they're looking to advertise on YouTube, whatever it happens to be, I want to be there for them and be that coach, be that mentor for them, the same way that people have coached and mentored me and helped me grow.
While we are on that subject, what is the most valuable thing your mentors has told you?
Yeah, so I think one of the most valuable pieces of insight from a mentor has really been to make sure to continually follow the process with our team and make sure that we are, actually building out more of an operational structure to be able to, document all the different things that we're doing. We're a very fast growing company, and we're constantly doing different, projects, different things. I'm sure you can relate to that. And, one of the mentors that we have, Alex Sharfin, he has really helped us with our operations, and he has a, program called Simple Operations that has been very valuable to us to help us really build out, okay, what does our operation structure look like? What does this, what does it look like to actually launch new initiatives, launch new projects? And how can we document that so the whole company is aware? There's full transparency. I think that's been something that's been very, very valuable for us, especially recently, and something that I took from one of my mentors.
Tell us your strategy.
Yeah, so the overall YouTube ad strategy?
Yes.
Oh, absolutely. So there's a couple different pieces. The first is the YouTube ad itself, right? And so that's making sure that you have a hook that draws people in, right? It captures their attention. You educate, you provide real value inside of the ad. And then you have a clear and concise call to action that gets them to take action off of the ad and become a new client. So the best structure is hook, educate, call to action. You want to pull people in, provide value, and have a clear and concise call to action to get them to, download a lead magnet, sign up for your training, webinar, purchase a product, whatever it happens to be. And so what you want to do is you want to create a variety of different hooks, test different hooks, different ways to capture the attention of your ideal clients. What are they interested in? What are the problems that they're trying to solve? right? So one of my hooks is YouTube ads beat Facebook ads every time. Let's face it, Facebook ad costs are going through the roof. And even when you have great ads, they're almost impossible to scale. In this video, we'll show you how you can use YouTube ads to get more leads and sales. So you can see how that hook really captures the attention of maybe somebody who is doing Facebook ads. They want to know how YouTube is different. And then from there, that's the hook. But then I go in and I educate, I provide value. I teach them a little bit about how YouTube's different, similar to what I did at the beginning of this podcast. And I talk about the benefits and what they're going to be able to do and provide real value to them. And at the end of the video, I have a clear and concise call to action to get them to take action off of the ad and sign up for whatever that next step is. And so it's hook, educate, call to action. That's the ad. But now the next step is getting that in front of the right people, because to succeed with any type of marketing or advertising, it's all about reaching the right person at the right time with the right message. And that's what we want to do. So now we have the right message, we have the right ad, but we got to reach the right people at the right time. And that's why I talked about YouTube has intent. People are going on YouTube to learn. It's the second largest search engine right after Google. So people are going in, they're looking up everything that it is that you do. And so what you want to do is you want to create what are called custom audiences. Now, these are audience segments based on who your ideal clients are. There's a few ways to do it. One is based on interest. So what people are interested in or in the market for. You can put specific keywords there. You can target people based on searches that they've done on Google and YouTube recently, or even websites they've been on. And in the past, this used to be a really manual process. But like you said, I want to make sure that people, you don't need to be techie to be able to do this. And that's why I created a software, Keyword Search and keywordsearch.com, that allows our clients to go in and just sign up for an account, describe their business, and in just a few clicks in a couple minutes, they'll have a full list of targeting options to target their ads on YouTube. They just choose which different keywords or targeting options they want to use, and then they sync it to Google Ads in one click. And it's that easy to be able to go and build out a targeting option on YouTube. And so, I created keywordsearch.com to make that process so much easier. So really, it's all about crafting a winning YouTube ad, the hook, educate, call to action, and then targeting that ad in front of the right people using, keywordsearch.com and using a software that's going to allow you to actually figure out what your ideal clients are searching for and then target them at that exact moment.
And where can we find your program and your products, and how can we get in contact with you?
Absolutely. So I've actually got a free gift for everybody that's on here and listening to the podcast. It's my full 19-page YouTube ad strategy PDF. I want to give it to all of you completely for free. You can go to AdOutreach.com/gift. That's AdOutreach.com/GIFT. AdOutreach.com/gift. It's my full 19-page YouTube ad strategy PDF. You can download it. It covers the whole strategy. And you can also, on the back of that, decide to book a call with our team to see if it's a good fit for you to work with our team on YouTube ads. You'll have the option to book a call. And you can also go, and I talked about the software, you can go to keywordsearch.com. And if you go on there, you can sign up for a 5-day free trial of our YouTube ad targeting software. It's just keywordsearch.com, just like that. And you can sign up for a free trial as well.
Thank you. There will be more from Eric in a moment. If you are encouraged by Eric's journey, please go to my website at onlinesuccessjourney.com,
where you will find more amazing free content. Are you struggling to achieve one or more of your major goals? Do things like fear, confusion, and overwhelm get in the way? Then maybe I can help. I work with clients to support them get unstuck and make massive leaps forward to create their dream life. Go to onlinesuccessjourney.com/coaching and let's chat on Zoom to see if we are the right fit for each other. That's onlinesuccessjourney.com/coaching.
Now, Eric, I would love for you to share more with my audience.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah, I definitely recommend really diving into and mapping out how you can use these YouTube ads to grow and scale your business. And honestly, the best way to be able to do that is to figure out, who is that ideal client? Who is that audience? And what ads and what hooks are going to be able to appeal to them? And that's one of the things I put inside of the PDF is, coming up with different ad hooks, different variations, different ways to reach your ideal clients, and then targeting those in front of the right people using, keyword search to go in and say, okay, I want to reach this ideal client or this person. But another thing that I really recommend is it's not just about ads. It's also about building an organic YouTube channel. There's a big opportunity to go in and say, hey, I want to build an organic YouTube channel. I want to reach people and build a back catalog. You're probably familiar with this, Patience. Like one of the things that you see on other platforms like Facebook and TikTok and LinkedIn is you make a post and it's there for a day and then it's kind of gone. It's buried, right? It's in the feed. Well, what you could do on YouTube is YouTube content lasts for years and years. If you post a really good video on YouTube that has the right title, thumbnail, tag, those videos can continue to get views long into the future and continue to have people watch them and dive into them. And so what you have is an opportunity to build out a whole catalog. I call it a YouTube channel incubator. So I really encourage anybody who's on here and listening to actually build out a YouTube channel as well. And I have some strategies inside of the PDF also on my website that dive a little bit deeper into that. But there's a big opportunity for you to go and actually build your own organic YouTube channel to attract your ideal clients on YouTube and speak directly to them.
Thank you. If your business was down to its last $100, how would you invest it?
Yeah, that's a great question. And so honestly, what I would look at is instead of directly investing that $100, I mean, again, obviously there's a lot of different things that you could do with that. You could have a funnel building software. You could, put that into ads. There's a specific type of ad called in-feed ads that are as simple and as small as $5 a day to target your ideal clients. We cover some of that inside of the PDF. But there's different types of YouTube ads that you can use. But honestly, I would start publishing organic content. So if you are down to a small amount of money in your bank account and you want to reach potentially your ideal clients, I would start building out organic content on YouTube, speaking to the challenges and problems that your ideal clients have, having the right title, having the right tag, getting in front of people. And keyword search will also be able to help you with some of that as well. But I would start building up that organic presence because it's not going to require a lot of money. It is going to require a little bit of time, but you're going to be able to build up organically on YouTube, and that's going to continue to snowball into the future. Also, if you happen to have an email list, I recommend doing a strategy we call a quick client strategy. So you would essentially send out an email with a Loom video link where you record a simple Loom video talking about ways that you can support your ideal clients. It's a very simple video that you record, opening up a certain number of spots to your program or to buy your products or services or whatever it happens to be. And you send that out to your whole list and you say, hey, I recorded a quick video for you. And when you do that, you can actually see a really strong uptick in people taking advantage of whatever it is that you happen to be promoting. There's a big opportunity for you to use that. That's called the quick client strategy. And you can go to AdOutreach.com/quick-clients, AdOutreach.com/quick-clients. And you'll be able to get I've got a PDF that covers how that works completely for free as well.
If you had a little note in your pocket, what would that be?
It would be the entrepreneur's mindset, either win or learn. And I actually want to get that on a coin. I've had that idea for a little bit, but basically on one side it's win, on the other side it's learn. Because the outcome of everything is either a win or a learning lesson. So it's something I really deeply believe in. And I think that, it's a really good mindset for anybody to adopt, is to see it as, you either see that success, you either see that win, or you learn and you use those learnings to build on future success.
What is your next chapter?
Yeah. So, obviously I've had several different chapters here and now I'm really looking at what's next. And, I built up the YouTube channel originally, then, have really scaled up YouTube ads. Now we've got our AI ad targeting software with keywordsearch.com. And ultimately, we're continuing to grow ad outreach, continuing to serve more clients, helping them with YouTube ads, helping them with omnipresent retargeting too. So retargeting, everywhere in front of your ideal clients. Also using AI and building our own AI software. And so we're going to continue to grow that and make tools that make it easier for people, even if they aren't techie people, to be able to go in and be able to target their ideal clients on YouTube. And so I do think that what's next is really doubling down on our software and continuing to support clients at the highest levels with YouTube ads, video marketing, and retargeting as well.
Do you feel like you succeeded or like you are only on the way?
So I definitely feel like I'm only on the way. And I think that's one of the things I talked about before is, when you feel like you've already made it, then that's when you start, potentially going backwards, right? And, you kind of make yourself, peak on a hill. You want to continue to grow, continue to become the best version of yourself every single day. James Clear talks about it in Atomic Habits. If you just become 1% better every day, you can 37 times how good you are in an entire year. There is so much ability to grow. And I'm a big believer that I've only scratched the surface of my overall potential. And honestly, that excites me.
Will you ever stop?
No, I don't plan on ever stopping.
Wow, thank you. As we come to the end of our interview together, what additional wisdom would you like to share with our listeners?
Yeah, I think the big thing is really seeing the power of video. There's just so much that you can do by targeting and reaching your ideal clients on video. And I really just want to encourage everybody who's listening here and who's a part of your ecosystem, Patience. I think there's a big opportunity on video. If a picture's worth 1,000 words, a video's worth 1,000,000, right? You can get in front of your ideal clients. You can speak directly to them. They can see you. They can hear you. Video's second only really to meeting somebody in person. And there's just such a big opportunity on video with YouTube ads, with YouTube organic videos, and using video at different parts of your process.
Thank you. Remind us how we can connect with you.
Yeah, so I actually have a free gift for everybody that's listening right now. You can go to AdOutreach.com/gift, and I have my full 19-page YouTube ad strategy PDF. It covers the entire strategy, everything we talked about today, but more in depth, kind of step by step, completely free. You can just go to AdOutreach.com/gift. That's AdOutreach.com/GIFT, AdOutreach.com/gift. You can get it completely for free. You can, of course, also, follow me on YouTube and all social media. Just look up Aleric Heck and I'll be on there as well.
Thank you. It's been great to have you here to share your online success journey with us.
Thanks so much for having me on, Patience. This was great. And I was really glad to share the journey. I'm so excited for all the listeners, everything that's ahead for them as well. Thank you so much for having me on.
You are welcome. Remember, success is a journey. Don't wait. Let's start the journey. Patience and Eric.
This is not the end of the journey. We hope you've enjoyed listening to Patience and her guest and want you to know that there are hundreds of episodes available at onlinesuccessjourney.com. Patience would like to thank you for listening to the podcast, and she has a free gift for you on her website, including an audio compilation of her guests' best tips, uplifting stories, and even a bit of fun. Additionally, there are special clips of over 250 episodes that have never aired on the podcast and are only available to members of the Online Success Journey. Check the website and click on Join Now to get free and instant access. Of course, you know that listening to the journeys of others helps us each chart our own path. So make sure you're subscribed on the favorite platform you have to be notified as each new interview is posted. There are so many ways to stay connected to the Online Success Journey and listen in. And if you're enjoying the podcast, we appreciate your help in telling others. One of the best ways to share the benefit you get is to rate and review the podcast at Apple Podcasts and other sites. We appreciate your help and your willingness to share the journey. One last thing. If you're feeling a bit lost or overwhelmed on your own journey, Patience can help. Check out our coaching sessions on how to set goals and double your productivity while you're at the website. Working with Patience is a great way to get back on the right path. On behalf of Patience, and until next time, thanks once more for listening. It is our hope that this podcast will guide you on your own online success journey.